Inshallah, we shall all find a way to an honorable victory.
The walls have fallen! Steel and valiant hearts must be our walls now! Remember, fear is worse than fighting! Enemy have breached the walls! Send those accursed devils back! The enemy have the walls! Drive them back! Victory is well within our grasp. In time, our foe will surely see this and lose heart. Rejoice! The infidel general lies dead, and now his men fear us. Our foe fights with horns made of clay. We are winning the battle! The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men. Victory is well within our grasp. In time our foe will surely see this and lose heart. All praise to Allah. You have left our enemy lost. They run like children. Scour them from the field. Victory is ours. A victory both righteous and well-deserved.
Alhamdulillah! Allah has granted us victory!
Sultan! How may I serve, Sultan? We march!
As my Sultan wills.
Leave me be, infidel! Orders, mighty Sultan! Orders, mighty Sultan! Na'am, great Sultan! Yes, Sultan! Orders, mighty Sultan! Yes, Sultan! Closing to engage! The sea is yours! Orders, mighty Sultan! Orders, mighty Sultan! Yes, Sultan! Closing to engage! Victory, Sultan! Na'am, great Sultan! The sea is yours, great Sultan! Orders, mighty... Na'am, great Sultan! Orders, mighty Sultan!
Orders. How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan! Jalal, the sun sets on today's journey.
As my Sultan wills.
The Sultan's will. Orders.
Orders, mighty Sultan!
As my Sultan wills. Setting a watch here, mighty Sultan.
We will not surrender these waters easily.
How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan!
Orders, mighty Sultan! Orders, mighty Sultan! Splitting the fleet!
Orders. Orders. We march! Moving the men ashore. Orders.
Orders, mighty Sultan! Combining fleets!
Sultan.
I serve the faith.
Orders. The sun sets on today's journey.
Orders! Orders, mighty... Na'am, great Sultan! Orders, mighty Sultan! Inshallah! Na'am, great Sultan! Orders, mighty... Orders, mighty... Na'am! Orders, mighty Sultan! Like the weary camel, now we must rest.
Salam alaikum.
Yalla! My Sultan wishes you dead.
My eyes are yours.
As my Sultan wills. This will be an... Oh! Alhamdulillah! Your faith and courage have triumphed! The word of the blessed Prophet will be spread here! Victory!
Sultan!
The Sultan's will.
Yalla! My Sultan wishes you dead.
Are you sure it is I you seek, noble one?
God bless, noble lord.
I will not waste words on you, infidel.
Na'am, Sultan! We move, Sultan! The Sultan will be most pleased at your demise, infidel. What is the Sultan's will?
I serve the faith.
Na'am, great Sultan.
How may I serve, Sultan?
Things must improve between us, inshallah.
As my Sultan wills.
Sultan!
We will defend this place with our lives, Sultan! As my Sultan wills.
My eyes are yours.
What?
As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills. We will engage them. Alhamdulillah! We have prevailed! Na'am. Setting a watch here, mighty Sultan.
The Sultan's will. Nothing to see. My eyes are yours. As you will.
As my Sultan wills. Yes, Sultan. We close for battle.
Orders. Sultan.
Salam alaikum.
Orders, mighty.
Despite your honorless antics, we would speak with you this shame, but our discussions come to a close.
As my Sultan wills.
Na'am, great Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan. Yes, orders, mighty Sultan.
Admiring the end.
Orders, mighty Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan. Course set.
Orders. Yalla!
Orders. Yalla!
How may I serve, Sultan? As you will. Continuing. Sultan. Yalla!
As my Sultan wills. This will be an honorable battle. Alhamdulillah! We have prevailed!
Yalla! My Sultan wishes you dead.
As my Sultan wills. We shall fortify against the infidels.
We move, Sultan. Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan? We march. Sultan.
I serve the faith. Salam alaikum. What is the Sultan's will? Leave this land, infidel, or I shall remove you.
Sibni Lawadi, infidel. How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills.
Sultan. As you will. How may I serve, Sultan? Orders. We march. How may I serve, Sultan? Orders. We move, Sultan. How may I serve? As you will. Continuing tomorrow, mighty Sultan.
As my Sultan wills. We will defend this place with...
We march.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. We will engage them. Alhamdulillah! We have prevailed! Of course, Sultan.
Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills. Tomorrow's journey awaits.
Sultan. Yalla. Orders. How may I serve, Sultan? Orders.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. This I cannot do, Sultan. As my Sultan wills.
The Sultan's will.
As my Sultan wills.
Sultan. Orders. We move.
Orders forming up together, Sultan.
Sultan.
Naam, Sultan.
Naam, great Sultan. Yes, Sultan.
As my Sultan wills.
Sultan.
Horse set. Orders, mighty Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan. Naam.
We will not surrender.
Yes, Sultan. Closing to engage. Is it not obvious I am your foe, infidel?
Admiring the enemy.
Orders, mighty Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan.
My eyes are...
As my Sultan wills.
The will.
Are you sure it is I you seek, noble one? An honor lord, but why me?
As my Sultan wills.
Noble one, we have something for... We welcome words of wisdom such as these. Ma salama.
As my Sultan wills.
Orders. Sultan. Sultan.
We move at first light.
Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan? As you will. Sultan. Orders. How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan. We march. Orders. We move. How may I serve, Sultan?
The Sultan's will. As you will.
What is the Sultan's will? The infidels' army will not...
Inshallah.
Inshallah! We will smite this foe, Sultan!
Orders. We march. Sultan. Orders.
As my Sultan wills. Tomorrow's journey awaits.
Sultan. How may I... Jalar. We march.
As my Sultan wills. Of course, Sultan. As my Sultan wills. Na'am.
My eyes are yours. Leaving the Sultan's will. Nothing to see there, Sultan. My eyes are yours. Nothing to see there, Sultan.
Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills.
Orders.
Only my lord's enemies need fear me.
As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan? We move, Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan...
Orders. Yalla.
As my
Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
Sultan.
As my Sultan wills. Orders? The infidels' army will not survive!
I serve the faith.
Orders, mighty Sultan! Course set.
Taking...
We would...
As my Sultan...
Turkish chief.
Yes, Sultan! We... Alhamdulillah! Allah has granted us victory! We will engage. This will be an honorable battle. Alhamdulillah, we have prevailed. These are now our people's lands.
How may I serve, Sultan? Consent, phase your orders.
Orders, mighty Sultan. Merging with the fleet. Course set. Na'am, great Sultan. Yes, Sultan.
How may I serve, Sultan?
Salam alaikum.
The Sultan's will.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
It's somebody else these knives seeks.
My eyes are yours.
Are you sure it is I you seek, noble one?
Na'am, Sultan. Inshallah, we will smite this foe, Sultan. Yeah. As my Sultan wills.
Sultan.
As my Sultan wills.
Orders.
As my Sultan wills. Yes, Sultan. We close for battle. We shall endure outside their walls. Lay siege. Has the time come to strike, mighty Sultan?
Engage me, or be gone.
Orders. We march.
No more war.
Orders, mighty Sultan. Until death! The sea is yours, great Sultan. Yes, Sultan. Na'am, great Sultan. Until death! The sea is yours, great Sultan. Inshallah, our wind shall be fair.
What is the Sultan's will? The infidels. Long live the warriors of Islam! Continuing tomorrow, mighty Sultan.
Sultan.
As my Sultan wills. Of course, Sultan.
I serve the faith.
Orders. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. This will be an honor. As my Sultan wills.
Orders. Sultan. Orders.
As my Sultan wills.
How may I... Sultan. Orders. As you will.
As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills.
Sultan. Yalla. Forming up together, Sultan.
As my Sultan wills. Of course, Sultan.
Sultan.
As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills. I will bring our forces together. Tomorrow's journey awaits.
Sultan. I will not waste words on you, infidel.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills. We move at first light.
Orders. We march. Orders. Sultan. Orders.
The Sultan's will.
As my Sultan wills.
Orders, mighty Sultan.
Salam alaikum.
Was that an
As my Sultan wills.
Sultan.
We will engage. Alhamdulillah! We have prevailed! Setting a watch here, mighty Sultan.
My eyes are yours.
Na'am. What does the Sultan will? Seeking an audience, mighty Sultan. Resting here, mighty Sultan. Na'am. Resting here, mighty Sultan.
I have no time for parley. It is weak.
Sibni Lawadi. Infidel.
The Sultan's will. My eyes are yours. The Sultan's will. As you will.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan? Orders.
As my Sultan wills. Yes, Sultan! We close.
My eyes.
As my Sultan wills. Na'am. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan will. As my Sultan wills.
Orders. How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills.
Orders. Sultan, we march.
As my Sultan wills. Of course, Sultan.
Sultan, as you will. We rest here until dawn.
We don't normally trade with the enemy.
Sultan.
As my Sultan wills. This will be an honorable battle. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan...
You want us gone? Then do something.
Na'am. As my Sultan wills. Of course...
Orders, mighty Sultan. Attacking the infidel fleet.
As my Sultan wills. Setting...
Orders, mighty... Na'am, great Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan. Yes, Sultan. Na'am, great Sultan. We cannot plot that course.
As my Sultan wills. Of course, Sultan. As my Sultan wills. As my...
Orders.
As my Sultan wills.
Na'am.
As my Sultan wills.
The Sultan's will. My eyes are yours. Nothing the Sultan's will. As you will.
I will not waste words on you, infidel. Sibni Lawadi, infidel. Sultan. Orders. We shall end this day in triumph. Long live the warriors of Islam. We march. Yallah, my Sultan wishes you dead.
As my Sultan wills. 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 As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan?
Yes, my master? Nuh-uh. What does the Sultan will? Resting here,
As my Sultan wills. Yes, Sultan. We close for battle.
Orders. Yallah. How may I serve, Sultan? As you will. Sibni Lawadi, infidel. Sultan. Yallah.
As my Sultan wills.
Yallah, my Sultan wishes you dead. Orders. How may I serve?
As my Sultan will. As my Sultan wills.
Of course, Sultan.
I serve. As my Sultan wills.
Of course, Sultan.
Orders. How may I serve, Sultan? We move, Sultan.
As my Sultan wills.
I will bring our forces together. Tomorrow's journey awaits.
Sibni Lawadi, infidel.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
Orders. How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills.
Orders.
This will be an honor.
Yallah, my Sultan wishes you dead.
As my Sultan will. As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan?
Yes, Sultan.
Alhamdulillah! Allah has granted us victory!
Yallah.
As my Sultan wills. Of course, as my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
Blockading the foreigner's port!
As my Sultan wills. Na'am. Setting a watch here, mighty Sultan. We will engage them as my Sultan wills. This will be an honorable battle. Has the time come to strike, mighty Sultan?
My eyes are yours.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
Orders. How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills.
Sultan, we march! Sultan, we move, Sultan.
As my Sultan wills.
Yalar,
As my Sultan wills.
orders. We move, Sultan.
As my Sultan wills.
Orders. Sultan,
As my Sultan will. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
orders.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. Na'am. Tomorrow's journey awaits. As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan? As you will.
As my Sultan wills. Of course, Sultan. As my Sultan will. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
How may I remove, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
I will not waste words on you, infidel. Orders.
Zaida, mighty Sultan. Na'am.
As my Sultan wills.
We would see you dead, heathen.
Leave me be, infidel. Emshi.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
Sultan,
As my Sultan wills.
Orders. Yalla.
As my Sultan wills.
Sultan.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
God will see justice served in our battle.
As my Sultan wills. We will engage them. Alhamdulillah! We have prevailed! All praise to Allah for this victory!
Orders.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. Of course, Sultan.
Sultan. Iman.
As my Sultan wills. Tomorrow's journey awaits.
How may I serve, Sultan? Orders.
As my Sultan wills. Of course, Sultan.
Orders. Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan? We move, Sultan. Joining. We march.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. This will be an honorable battle. Has the time come to strike, mighty Sultan? As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. We shall fortify against the infidels.
Yalla.
As my Sultan wills. We move at first light. As my Sultan wills. Na'am. As my Sultan will. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
What does the Sultan will? As you will, Sultan.
Salam alaikum. As the Sultan wills.
Name the field of battle. We will meet you there.
As my Sultan wills.
Of course.
As my Sultan wills.
Naam.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
Naam.
Setting a watch here, mighty Sultan. As my Sultan wills. 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 As my Sultan wills.
Yalla! My Sultan wishes you dead.
The Sultan's will.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
Naam.
As my Sultan wills.
Of course, Sultan.
As my Sultan wills.
Orders. How may I serve, Sultan? As you will. Merging our armies. How may I serve, Sultan? Separating the men, mighty Sultan. Orders.
As my Sultan wills. Na'am.
Orders. As you will. Joining the ranks.
Talk is cheap. Come face me.
Yes, my master? As you will, Sultan.
Orders, mighty Sultan. Until death! The sea is yours, great Sultan! Corsair. Orders, mighty Sultan. Attacking the infidel fleet! Victory, Sultan!
I serve the faith. Inshallah, I will continue tomorrow. Today's journey. Salam alaikum.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan will, as my Sultan wills, as my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills, as my Sultan wills, as my Sultan wills, as my Sultan wills, as my Sultan wills.
As you will.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. This as my Sultan wills. 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 As my Sultan wills.
Of course, Sultan.
My eyes are yours.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
Listen to me, Siddiq, and you shall be an infidel no longer. I serve the faith. Who spreads... Salam alaikum. Who has rejected? I serve the faith. Who spreads untruths, my Sultan? The apostate must die!
The Sultan's will. Inshallah, I shall continue in the morning.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
Separating the men, mighty... Separating the men, mighty Sultan.
As my Sultan wills. 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 I will bring our forces together.
Sultan, we march. The sun sets on today's journey. As you will. Forming up together, Sultan.
Got some new exotics to trade with us, perhaps?
Salam alaikum. Who spreads untruth?
My eyes are yours. As you...
You should face trial for heresy.
I serve the faith. Salam alaikum. Yes, Sultan. I serve the faith.
Doubt my word, and you condemn yourself to purgatory.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
Na'am, great Sultan.
Talk is cheap. Come face me.
How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
Do not fear the unexplained.